and we're going to show an edit case of left atrial appendage closure with the ACP device.
Okay, starting here in Fort Chamber view, we can see
Yeah.
a very hypertrophic septum and dilated left atrium. Systolic function is good. This is the flow in the left atrial appendage. There is no thrombi or anything like this. So here in 48 degrees, you can see the circumflex coronary artery here, and this is the appendage. And I start showing some of the pictures we've got here. We measured the landing zone about 17, and the outside, the mouth of the left atrial appendage here is almost 21. And then we got some more pictures. So this is the 4130, and we have here, these are the distal multilobes, but there are no, they are only distal, so it's only one big lobe here. Some more measurements similar to the other ones. And here we got 16, 19, so it's almost close to that, 17 and 20. Just to let you see here, we have the 3D pictures, and we can see here down there that we have these multilobes, but they are distal, and this is the mouth of the left atrial appendage.
Yeah, so we are ready to go transeptal. We are using Schwartz long sheath from St. Jude and a regular needle for transeptal. I have the sheath in the SVC right now. I'm going to bring everything back, okay, fluoroscopy. So keeping the pointer here towards the 3 to 5 o'clock position. Let me see on echo. Echo made our life much, much easier. So we're going to see it's going to come down there. So let's see the echo. I'm kind of inferior. I might bring a little bit back there. So yeah, so let's go. So I'm inferior, right? This is the long axis view. So you can see some tainting in the septum. So let's rotate to the short axis view and see if I'm posterior. Because the best place to perk the septum is posterior inferior. So I'm way too posterior, right? But I like that. So I'm going to advance the needle. Okay, I advanced the needle. I'm going to inject some dye. Not yet, though. I'm feeling some resistance. So I'm tainting the septum. I have to use some brutal force here. Not a problem, because I think I'm in the right spot. So you can see the echo there. So it gave. I felt a gave. So I'm in the left atrium. Let's inject some dye. Could you see me, please, Rodolfo, a little bit? And we're going to see some dye in the left atrium, and we can see the bubbles in the left atrium. Okay, so this is the way to do the transeptal. If there's a catheter in the left atrial appendage, I think, I think in the left upper pulmonary vein. Yeah. So it's the left upper pulmonary vein. It's a little bit dilated. So I'm going to rotate a little bit counterclockwise to see if it goes anterior. So it's still in the left upper pulmonary vein.
There.
There. Okay. So let's show some cines, some measurements. I think you can see on screen there. This is the first projection we got. It's RAO 20 degrees and cranial 30 degrees. Usually it's the best projection to open up the neck of the left atrial appendage. And I'm going to show some interesting findings. And in this projection, we had about 18 millimeters regarding the landing zone. Remember, the lobe will land in the landing zone. So this is important. And then we had another measurement here, a more proximal 21 millimeters. I don't know how important it is. And we had about 20 at the mouth of the left atrial appendage. So if we can run a little bit, just for you to get a real idea of the anatomy of this left atrial appendage. And we're going to go to the next projection, which is much better. I just changed the projection slightly. I went RAO 30. I kept cranial 30, and I went more RAO. So I think this projection is better. It shows the landing zone, and you can see the neck. So this is an unusual kind of left atrial appendage. It's not unusual, but it's not as frequent. And this left atrial appendage has the landing zone larger than the mouth of the left atrial appendage. So this is good news. I think I will be able to apply some more tension on the delivery cable while delivering the occluder. So, so this is RAO cranial. I'm going to go to RAO caudal. This is a projection that profiles better the distal part of the left atrial appendage. It has a correlation with the echo projection on at 135 degrees. So you can see the trabeculations of the left atrial appendage, and you can also appreciate the neck. So because we had about 18 to 20 millimeters, the landing zone, both projections, I'm going to pick up ACP, a 22 millimeters ACP. We have to take into consideration that the ACP should be anywhere between 2 and 4 millimeters larger than the landing zone. So I think we have good correlation between the echo findings and the angio findings, so I'm going to go for a 22. Okay, so now we are advancing a 13 French sheath. The 22 millimeter device goes through 10 French, but in order to have some more space, some more room, just in case I need to use a larger device, I picked up a 13 French sheath. So Rodolfo is holding the wire. I'm rotating the sheet. It went through the skin and subcutaneous tissue easily. Sometimes we have a hard time going transeptal. You have to rotate. Yes, this is a good angle. So it went through the septum easily. So we advanced the sheath into the left atrial appendage. Let me show you some pictures here. Okay, so this is the picture. Initially I thought, based on the echo pictures, that I had a good alignment between the tip of the sheath, the long axis of the sheath, and the axis of the left atrial appendage, but I don't have. I have a good alignment with the body of the left atrial appendage, but not with the landing zone. So I'm going to have to rotate the sheath a little bit counterclockwise in order to deploy it correctly, okay? Okay, so let me show you the ACP, okay? The ACP consists of a lobe that is going to be in the landing zone inside the left atrial appendage. It has some anchoring hooks here. You can barely see them, right? And the lobe is connected to the ceiling disc by a very small, about 3 millimeters waist, and it does have some pivoting capabilities here. And this is the lobe, this is the disc that's going to cover the mouth of the left atrial appendage. So the ACP stays in its place because of some radial force. It's going to be squeezed by the left atrial appendage, the landing zone, usually about 1 centimeter inside of the left atrial appendage, taking into account the mouth. And of course, it's going to be stabilized by these stabilizing wires too. So that's the mechanism of stabilization of the device, okay? So there are some tricks to get rid of air inside the device. We have to squeeze